All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market prep. I hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Hope you had a great day yesterday. Good morning, Thor. How are you doing today?
Hey, buddy, what's going on today, man?
Welcome back, my friend. How you doing?
Not bad. Pretty excited about today, actually.
Very good, very good. As you guys know, Thor is covering for our main guy here, Norm, today. And he will be back. Norm is back next week of some well-deserved time off. So, guys, welcome. Happy Friday, everyone. Hope you're having an amazing morning. Let's get to our market, Thor. What do we have going on here with the overall market this morning?
Um, well, kind of the same old stuff we have going on just about every day. Looks like we got some earnings stuff going on today. Docu, Blink, Oracle, Rivian, Futu. Um, 5-year inflation expectations are going to come out around 10. I haven't updated the U.S. economic calendar stuff that's going on here, so don't pay any attention to the red box. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't have it up there, but it'll be there at some point. Anyway, buddy, you know what I'm saying. All right. At the end of the day, the SPY jumped a bit, up about $6. So it's on reports that Putin said in a meeting in Belarus that there are certain positive shifts in talks with Ukraine. So, that's a whole situation over there. So we'll see if that has any impact. Goldman cut US GDP forecast to a full point below consensus. That's not awesome. Sentiment remains weak across the market, although we did end on imbalance to the buy side yesterday. European stocks rose a bit. Out there in some stock news, like I said, SPY closed a little bit to the buy side, which is great. Facebook reported Meta. Facebook. I love Facebook just about as much as I like BYND. So reportedly, Meta is temporarily going to allow some countries to call for violence against Russian soldiers and Russians. We'll see if that has anything to do with anything. Finally, post-pandemic era apparently arrived while we were worrying about Russia. To quote Jay-Z, which, as you know, one of my personal favorite artists, the market has 99 problems, but COVID ain't one. And so it looks like while everything's been going down, everyone forgot that there was a pandemic. So Omicron is in retreat, although, there is, a new subvariant coming out, which they're kind of keeping an eye on. So we have to watch that. But I'd expect more pressure in the oil, energy sector, if you will. So yeah, man, that's about it for today. So I'm gonna close out there. We'll see how the everything comes together. Hopefully, I'll find a couple of solid low floats that I can trade because right now I'm just not really into anything that I'm seeing right now. So anyway, buddy, back over to you.
You know what? That well, was pretty okay, pretty good, pretty good. You're getting some good love from
I can
both
only
chats
do this
here.
for so long. I want
uh,
250 likes today, and I thought if I showed up as Norm today, I would get more likes. So throw me some likes.
you
I
you
still don't have
almost
hair,
you almost got kicked out of
but
the pre-market
what are you gonna do?
show. You was very close to getting kicked out. Very close, and we did not hit that 270 yet, 250 yesterday. By the way, you did get the 250. You got, we finished the show. I went back and looked, and you did get above 250. So you're welcome back,
Oh man,
guys. If you haven't
I
done so
didn't have
already,
time. I actually tried to find a picture of Norm, and I printed out 2 or 3 pictures. None of them did a nice face scale well enough. I was gonna try and actually have Norm's face on when I did it, just to totally blow everyone out. But I figured I'd just go for the impersonations.
good stuff, my friend. Guys, if you have not noticed yet, happy Friday. It is Friday as we end this week. Let's take a look at our gappers list this morning over here. And as I mentioned before, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it. We love being between that 250 to 300 is our nice threshold type situation there. Guys, a lot similar story the entire last couple of weeks, right? We got a ton of stuff in the green when the market goes one way, ton of stuff in the red when the market does another, depending on when news comes out, good or bad. I mean, it seems like, and I'm not, I can't talk too much about the news because I'm not the one that sit there and watch it. I just hear from other people, unfortunately. It seems like they're trying to work things out. Like they're at least having a conversation. So that's kind of good news. I saw that this morning at 6:30 on the Benzinga. So that was the pop that you're seeing on the spot here at 6:30. Is that they're having some communication. So talking is good, and hopefully this thing can get resolved, and no more lives can get affected by it, especially over there in those countries. So either way, guys, here Futu, a couple in the green, a couple in the red. We'll take a look at all of these this morning, at least the top five or so, because this list is going to be long. And then we start getting into kind of being very picky and picking which ones we like, which are our favorites of the bunch, right? And that we cannot stress this enough about how patient you have to be with this market. I mean, you just gotta be patient and take your time. Things will set up. They can start very choppy at first, but things will set up. So as you trade further in your trading career, as you get further in it, you will notice that the different type of markets, right? It could be different catalysts, different motivations for things, but the different type of markets, you'll notice which is you can be very aggressive on, and which you just got to let off the gas a little bit, right? So to learn that about yourself and the only way to do that really is one, spend time. You have to build the experience, and you have to have a journal. You have to keep track of your journal. And when I say track of your journal, I don't mean you have to sit down and write in a composition notebook. Whatever works for you that you can remember what the hell happened and how you traded, right? So this has to be the same for everyone on how you track that information. So let's get to it, guys. Let's remove our stuff from yesterday, get rid of that there, and let's take a look over at Futu. Fu to you leading the way, and I'm sure you're gonna get a lot of that coming Monday, Thor, from my buddy
As soon
there.
as I saw the
Um,
as soon as I saw the volume and I saw Futu was on there, I was like, awesome. Now Carlos and I get to say FU to you for like the entire
yes,
pre-market.
absolutely. Here you go, guys. This one here is 5.8 this morning, up 1.1, and again, pre-market action looks very active. I personally don't trade this one as much, but look, they've been on a tear towards the downside here. Just dropping real nice. I had a bad day yesterday, gapping up today, but not looking all that strong just yet. I know they're up 5%. Do they have any individual catalysts, Thor, on their end? What's going on with?
Um, let's see. It says they're to report earnings on the 11th, so it looks like
Mhm.
it's earnings news.
Yep. Okay. All right. Could be interesting today, guys. I again not a huge fan of it, but I gotta say I do like the pre-market activity, and I do like
It's got a lot of volume today, especially for
yeah,
Futu.
yeah. It has great volume today. So and the spread is looking decent for pre-market right now.
Revenue
Yeah.
up 114.9% year over year with 17 million users worldwide.
No, that's a good cat.
That's a lot up.
Yeah, I agree. So we'll put them on here, guys. Looking good today on that one. All right, heading down, we have Becky. Becky, they got down big yesterday. Didn't trail that well, at least for me. 5.5 this morning. They're 150,000. A little light on volume. We'll have to kind of give this a little bit more room and time to develop here. JD, guys, how great was JD pre-market, especially yesterday? This thing just dropping here, aggressive on the drop there. They give you a very deep pullback to above the VWAP and some of the moving averages here, but then found its way right back down to the lows of the day yesterday. It has so much opportunity here. Long, short, continuation place. It's
I
just you
bought
had
that dip,
everything.
by the way.
You
It was
did?
awesome.
Oh, very
Yeah, I
nice.
bought
Yeah.
right down near right at like above 50-50, right
Yeah.
down there. There
Yeah.
was a held bid there that was just very nice, bounced the price beautifully. So I got that move back to 54. That was pretty sweet.
Very nice. I actually yesterday I traded something that was not on my list. It was BBBY, and that was real good to me towards the downside. But I left so much on the table. I started feeling really sick yesterday. I don't know what happened, and let me just
Mm.
go rest my head for a little bit. I watched the trade on my phone. Yeah, I knocked out. I was like, I came back and it was just barely getting out of break even. So did not expect that to happen. But nevertheless, guys, we're looking good here. JD, today, JD does still have some good volume. We're 551,000 here. That is not bad. I'm going to add them to the list. Pre-market activity, very active. Yeah, let's see where that
You
goes.
know, one thing on JD that really stands out to me is the daily.
Hmm.
Yesterday or the 10th, you get this really narrow band candle with a lot of volume for JD. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we could actually get a squeeze here off of that. So, if the markets run rally a little bit today, JD could find a nice pop on it. The level 2 right now, book is reading bullish. So, it could be an interesting stock. It's super extended below a VWAP on the daily. Maybe we get a little bit of a pullback.
Yep, absolutely. Um,
I'll watch this one today for sure.
Yeah, yeah, and we're talking about JD there, guys, not PDD. JD, PDD this morning they are up 4.2, 314,000. I'm gonna skip on this one. I'd rather watch something else at the moment. And here's some airlines are starting to come in now. We have Spirit, we have I saw
Ooh.
United. I believe I saw I thought, yeah, American Airlines as well as down here. So we got a couple of airliners here today. Let's take a look at them. Save. Usually I do not trade this one. I think this one has, out of all of them, probably the worst volume, and not worst volume, the lowest volume. I don't want no one to think, something about it, but probably the lowest volume, right? American Airlines gets the most volume, but they could be a little bit choppier at times. I find United to have a good balance for the most part. This is why I always keep them on deck. I'm gonna put them on deck today. They
Mhm.
don't have great volume though. For this morning, Thor. What do you think? I know you like American Airlines, right?
I agree. Yeah, I agree. There's not a lot of volume coming in there. My whole thing is I see the SPY kind of gapping a little bit today, and my whole thing is I just don't know if the news that's out is really that worthy of a big
Mm-hmm.
gap today. So I'm not trying to get too excited about seeing this thing run, and I think we might get a lot of that where a lot of people are going to get really bullish right at the open. Be interesting to see if that gets taken advantage of a little bit by the market. So we could end up with a choppy day or even like some kind of an interesting like slam as too many people come in to get bullish. But so stocks like, AAL and all of these, they're all gapping up and they're pushing up, but there's no volume, right? It gives me that concern
Yeah,
because I'm not seeing the large institutional participation. I'm just seeing like basically a bunch of retailers coming in pre-market taking positions. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see
yeah.
how these shake out. We'll probably do a little
I
bit better
agree.
in, a half hour when we're getting close to open.
Yep, I agree. So I'm gonna put American Airlines as a secondary list, secondary here, but it needs to get better. Take a look at
And I agree with
CCL.
you too. When I trade
Yeah.
airlines, I like trading UAL. It's got
Oh,
much
you're
better
out.
price
Yeah,
action
yeah.
when it trades.
Has a nice balance. And sometimes if it's American Airlines is too slow, then UAL is just very slow. So it's kind of like you got to watch out for
Hmm.
that mix there.
Yeah, it can crawl.
Yeah, exactly. CCL guys, kind of the same story. Thor just mentioned here. Again, it's up, but there's not huge volume on it at the moment. So we'll kind of keep it to the
Yeah, CCL
sidelines for
actually has a
now.
bearish order book right now too. I mean,
Yeah.
CCL looks like
Yep.
it wants to sell off.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Although they're gapping up, they don't look very healthy as far as the strong side this morning. All right, we have a couple of EVs as well. LI, XBEV. Again, all just gapping up slightly here. I think just because the market is up a little bit, you have all these stocks between 2 to 4% is usually that area where stocks that just are following the SPY with no other reason behind their own. And that's what we're seeing now here. Delta Airlines is on here. Got NCLH, Nvidia on the other hand. This is different. This is always different. This is looking very, very good. Up 3% right now, 490,000 shares traded. Nvidia is going on the list. And that just makes me want to look at Apple and some other tech companies. So Apple at the moment, 1.5, good volume, not as clean pre-market action as Nvidia, although Nvidia has less volume. This looks just a tad cleaner. And 508 for Nvidia is actually very decent volume. AMD 530, very more similar to what Apple is doing. So we'll put both of these. Actually, I'm just gonna put Apple as a second there. We'll come back. I'm sure hopefully it'll get better as we move forward. Guys, for those that were asking, not a couple of days ago about the captions on YouTube, we did fix that, so that is hooked up now. You're able to see the captions on YouTube. I'm watching it now, and it's doing a pretty good job catching the words. So there you go for those that are asking. And if someone can type that message in because I know it was a member in chat room asking if they can type that message in chat just in case they have no audio on their end or can hear what we're saying. Okay, let's get back to over here, guys. BA this morning they are up 2.1. Again, that 2 to 3% is just like an ass situation right now. They're not really great just yet. We need a little more time in Uber. Nothing happening there. Let's take a look what's capping down. TLYS this morning. This looks pretty bad right now. Low flow 2 sitting at 23 million on the downside now. So that could always be a little concerning. The volume is just not there neither. 116,000 for that type of flow. It's a scary situation. KLX energy companies are down a little bit today. You can see KLX as energy company. There's a few on here. HUSA. I saw Indo as well, and just every almost energy company you could think of is down slightly this morning. Right, I didn't find one that was actually on the upside. So Rivian is down, but a lot of the EVs are actually up. Is there any specific situation with Rivian that could be interesting? Let's put Rivian here because I see
Yeah,
the
I think it
yeah,
has
they're
earnings today, or
yeah, other their competitors are
yeah,
on the
earnings.
upside. Earnings, okay, that could be interesting. If you look at Lee, you
Yeah,
look at
not great
XPEV,
earnings.
yeah, Neo, they're all gapping up except this one. So maybe this was the one to watch today. They got something going on their own here. Pre-market action is okay, 1.6 million right now, down 10%. I do like that. Yeah, this is a good one this morning. LGVN, you got a couple other ones here. LGVN, very light volume right now, very short, high interest, but 3.2 million shares flow. That looks like the fun is over. Had a couple of nice days in here. Might be a quiet now. Docu this morning, very slightly difficult stock to trade. Docu had earnings last night. Looks like so today could be a day that might be in play. Down 18%, guys. So really getting slammed this morning. I think it's worth having as a secondary. Look out for the spread. If you do decide to trade this one, the spread could be a little funky at times. Not that bad pre-market. We're showing about 20, 25 cents, maybe 30, which is for this stock, that's actually decent pre-market. But at the market
Hmm.
open, still be on the lookout for that as particular stock.
Yeah, docu can definitely be challenging because of the spread for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it can get nasty. It's funny. There's some stocks that I don't even look up at the spread. You know it's going to be great, and I mean you shouldn't do that. But AMD, Apple, American Airlines, and Nvidia at some point, even for a stock that's priced that high, it still has an amazing spread. I don't even look at it. You know those stocks are going to do well. These other funky ones, you better make sure you're taking just a quick look at a quick peek of what's happening there. All right, a bunch of energy companies, which I'm not gonna watch and go through all of these. I'm just gonna look at Oxy, man. Oxy has been just incredible. How clean has this thing been? Yesterday, it just we'll look at the action on this one yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, before yesterday. Yeah, before yesterday.
Oxy's been my good buddy for a
Yeah,
few
and
days
actually,
now. Oxy's my new
yeah,
CCL at least for this week.
yeah,
I've been trading this stock. It's just been beautiful. It's been adhering to the cam ranges like within
yep,
pennies. I mean, this
yep,
thing has just been trading. It's been following all the rules. It's been pretty easy to trade for me. Which so
yeah.
I'll definitely probably be keeping an eye on this one today.
I agree. I like it here. It's the one to watch for me when all the energy stuff going on. So, yeah, that'll be on deck for me for sure. And let's see here. What else we have on the gap down list? I'm gonna stop here. We got a couple of other tickers that, again, they're not great. They're just down because the market is up, and they get affected in the opposite direction. So, with that said, Thor, anything you like on your end that you're gonna be watching? You mentioned Oxy. Anything else that it's got your eye right now?
As far as tech goes, Apple's got some volume, so I
Hmm.
might throw that on there just for a tech stock to watch. Otherwise, JD, Oxy, and RIVN. Look, I bet the three of those alone are going to occupy my attention. And how about a little Neo and CCL on back burner?
Yeah,
Neo
yeah,
is really really extended from VWAP down there, and it's actually got a little bit of a ladder looking to the top side, so I'll keep that one on there.
yeah,
Other than that,
yeah.
I mean, that's already five or six right there. I don't, I only need like two, so
Yeah,
I'm,
absolutely,
I'm already
absolutely.
loading up.
Neo's volume is pretty good right now, 1.7, and again, I think the EVs are all slightly up besides Rivian, which is why we have it on the list. I think I might move up. Yeah, I might, possible for
Yeah,
now, but
Neo
Neo,
drew some good volume
yeah,
yesterday, and the order
yep,
book on Neo looks quite bullish right now. It
and
might
he
sell a
traded.
little bit at the open
Yeah,
because we're already near R3, so we might come back to like PDC or something, come back to around like 17, 1775, 1785, and if we can bounce right around there, we could have something to do.
yeah, and
So
it traded so well yesterday, man. I was gonna say that it was so nice yesterday. It was gave you a good continuation play towards the downside. I mean, you just can't beat that. So
yeah,
yeah,
and I can't argue with that on Neo too. The other thing we could do, right, is Neo does have a slight bullish ladder. It could actually run the ladder north, turn over, and then give us another big sell off. So we'll have to pay attention to what it does. But you're right. That move yesterday was
uh,
just glorious. S4
yes,
breakdown at its
yeah.
finest.
Yep, very very nice action yesterday. All right, guys, let's take it to the chat this morning. Let's see what you guys have. We have Oxy, Neo, and Jeff P. Neo as well. Yep, all good. We have that one. Looks, as we mentioned, looks good. Oxy also looks good. What else you guys like this morning? Let's head to the top here. We have oh, here we go. Uber. Gary, I saw Uber down here in the gap down, up gap up list. They're here about up 2.3. I mean, it's just they're so brutal, man. I mean, yesterday a lot of stuff was on the choppier end, but they're difficult to trade when it comes to intraday trading. Okay, look at this day. This would have been the ninth, and if you guys remember the ninth, we had so many stocks that actually traded very very well on the ninth, and this one it just doesn't go for it. And I guess the volume it's just it doesn't trade very well. So I plan to keep this one off my list today as well because they don't have anything too explosive neither. Like if you look at this pre-market action, there's nothing that says, "Man, I have to watch this stock today." Even the day doesn't say that, right? So I'm gonna keep that one off. It's just one of those stocks that I wish it could
I've
trade better. You know?
I'm here every morning for this week, and
Yeah,
I've said it every single morning this week. I'm going to say it one more time because it's Friday. I hate trading Uber. That stock
yeah. It's
never trades well for me. If you look at the daily that Carlos had up just a second ago, look at those candles on the past 2 days.
yeah. It's
What
tough,
are you going
man.
to do
It's
on the
tough.
daily
Yeah,
chart with those the ninth and the 10th, those two tiny little
yeah.
candles? How are you going to trade a $30 stock that moves that far with any kind of accuracy? It's a pain. And then when you don't watch it because it has horrible volume, it'll do something like the 24th, right? Where it'll just have this really huge candle, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh man, I wasn't even watching Uber. It moved like $4 today. It's
Yeah,
I
and
can't
I'll
stand
tell
this
you
stuff.
this much. Nobody was watching Uber this day. You know why? Because we had AMD that ran up nicely. We had Apple. You know, when it
Yeah,
does these moves, the whole entire market is either collapsing or tearing off here, taking off. There's better things to
and
watch.
look
It's
at the
gonna have
volume on
better
that move.
volume.
The
Yeah.
volume was barely even elevated for that whole
Yeah,
move.
this was all SPY, man. I remember that because I was on that Nvidia play, and that was an amazing day for the bulls there. If you were long, you could have taken anything long, and you were okay. You were okay. All right, let's see what else, guys, we have here. Oxy's on deck, so that's good. DKNG for MLB boost. DKNG. Let's take a look here. It sounds like they might have a catalyst with the MLB, but I'm not seeing anything great right now. So I'll keep them off. If something comes up, throw it back out there, or we could also always catch that one on the scanners. ASN, we saw this a couple of days ago, right? Was it a couple of days ago? Actually, it could have been yesterday when this on this gap down. I did not keep it on deck, guys. What did it end up doing? Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't because it turned out to be pretty crappy here. This was yesterday's action, right? So it just did nothing here. I don't like the way this is trading at all. Volume also very light. It's only 86,000. That's just moving through $2, $3. No, 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 no. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one off. Yesterday, what do we have here yesterday? No, yeah, not a fan, guys. It's the last 2 days seeing an increase in volume. Look at the daily; it's just doing not much for us there. Yeah, I'm gonna be careful with that one too. It just looks wild. Um, all right, heading down here. What else we have? ASTS. Starting to take off. We've seen this thing before here come up. I don't believe it's a low. Is it a low flow? I don't think it is. But it decides to pop up here and there. Yeah, it's slightly high. It's 38 million. So taking off here. I don't see explosive volume yet. We are getting volume here. It could be interesting. I'm gonna put this down in our risky pile, guys, because you do got to be careful. This thing can move very aggressively. Not a low flow stock sitting at 38 million, but still be mindful. Why can I type today? ASTS. There we go. 700,000 up 10%. Let's see if it can get going. If it breaks through 11 here, it's on, right? The action is going to come in for sure. If it comes back down to 9, it's going to be very tough to get it back up here. We'll see. If it holds here, we can get into something there. Well, not me, but if you like that type of stock, you can get into something. But be careful. All right, let's take a look over at our one more here. We do have Neo popping up. Facebook. Let's take a look at Facebook, then we'll see what's going on with Neo. Facebook. Yeah, Facebook is interesting, man. Facebook is definitely interesting. I'll keep an eye on that one. And then Neo's popping up. What's going on with Neo? I just
Well,
got a one
Neo's
candle
got that
here.
bullish ladder up
Yeah,
there to the top side, and
yeah,
it's got an order spread all the way through 1850, and basically it had a couple of large orders came in, and it just wicked right up into
yeah,
the book
yeah.
and ate a bit of the ask, but then stalled immediately after.
Yeah.
Volume was way light for the amount of wick you had there. So the reason I
Yeah.
don't trade pre-market anymore, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
because this
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff happens. Uh,
Yep. Yep. So let's wait for this. I mean, you got a move there. Let's see what that's going to do. All right, let's go over to our YouTube chat and friends, guys. If you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it very, very much. Justin Oxy, we do have CCL is on deck as well, I believe. Yes, secondary. Oracle, Oracle is one of these other companies as well. That's is tough to trade at times. They don't get great volume. For me, volume is the way I trade so important. I want to see very good volume. It's going to translate into a very clean, fluid price action. And Oracle doesn't usually get that unless they have some kind of catalyst that's gonna, push them over the edge on what they typically and regularly do. I mean, they did have earnings last night. Even then, I think there's other stocks. Just an overall market news are moving slightly better. Not saying that this is not going to be a good one for you, but for me, I always tend to put this one, keep this one off the list here. Trey, you're giving us PSO. PSO. What is this? Is it energy company? What is PSO? PSO. We are looking at a Pearson Place or whatever that might be. I don't know on this one, man. I'll be honest. This something I don't like about it. Definitely do not like the daily at all. Do not like this volume we're getting down here. This is horrible volume for 1.7. Very gappy. Yeah, I don't like this. And I don't like the action now neither on the pre-market, right? Don't be fooled by this 678,000 shares that you're getting there, right? You got this one pop here, drop there. Then you literally been moving sideways for within 20, 10 cents. A couple of breakouts here, slamming right back down here. I won't be surprised by the time we look at this later, this thing is going to be down here just hanging out. So I just don't like the way that is looking right now. I could be completely wrong and it can take off, but it's still not going to hit any of my criteria to take a trade on this. So the value, it's just it's not convincing me. Justin, we're looking at Oxy. That's Oxy's there. What else we have, guys? Let's see. Someone mentioned SE. I believe SE is oh no, it's not Sonic Ericsson. This is no, this is C Limited. Yeah, this is not a great stock to intraday trade, at least for me. So I don't have much to really comment on this one. It's just it's not great. This pops up a lot too in our list once in a while, but yeah, that's not looking too good. All right, CCL is good. We have that on a secondary. SE, yeah, let's do this. SE, yeah. I'm not a fan of SE, man. We looked at that one before. I think it's even foreign. Is it foreign? It might be foreign, man. On top of that, they get very light volume for the most part. They seem very choppy here. The daily's not great. Yeah, I'm not a fan. It's Chinese company. Okay, yeah, I'm not a
yeah,
fan of
it
this
is.
one. Yeah, yeah.
Look at the
Um,
spread. 55-cent spread right now, up to $1, depending on where you're looking at in the ladder. $100 stock, and it can
yeah,
move
yeah,
a
yeah.
dollar at a time. So every tick, it can move 1%.
Yeah, it's.
That's
don't get me
not good.
wrong. You catch this on the right side of things, and it can move. You can make some really good
Yeah,
money, but
you make some money. That's
it's
like low float, right? It's same
yeah,
concept there. It's
yeah, yeah,
if you catch it, you might get lucky and really make some money on the thing. But we don't play luck. We play risk management, and
yeah,
this
yeah.
thing can just as easily burn you and put your bank account down a few percent really quick on a bad take for this kind of stuff.
I agree, guys. BA here, they're up 2.2. They're okay. Again, this is up with the overall market. I know they had some news a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week. I'm not sure how well that is translating today, but just overall market stuff. It's a lot of green this morning, and a lot of the tickers that were down the last couple of days. Let's put these two back up here on the gap up and gap down. And yeah, I think we are all set, guys. Let's get over to our community events and announcements for the following week as we end this week here, this Friday, on a on a good note, hopefully. Let's get to announcements now.
All right, everybody. Hi. As you can see, I am not at Norm BBT despite my best impersonation this morning. I am at Thor Young, also known as Thor, moderator here. So we got some news stuff or community events coming for you guys. First off, every Monday at 7 p.m. we have onboarding. If you, which I'll talk about in a minute, are trying out the room, or if you're a new member, or if you're even a veteran member and you've got some different things you want to look at and questions, you can come in and hang out with Carlos. We often have Mike and Kyle in there as well, so we can cover psychology, technology, and trading systems and patterns. Everything you need, especially as a newer trader, to help get you set up and get your platform configured as quickly as possible. Speaking of platform configurations, this week we had DOS Trader Pro Q&A. Kyle is our in-house DOS genius, also scripting genius, does all of our hotkeys, and is really one of the most important people in the entire room. Actually, we all trade using his scripts, so I don't know, we'd be lost without him. But if you want to pick the brain of the genius here, you can come by Monday at 8 p.m. And he always has a little something. This time coming up this week will be trade journaling part 1, and he's going to be talking about how to properly correlate your data so that you can either load it into different charting systems or be able to filter through that data yourself. It's going to be really a cool time. All right, strategy and trade book webinar by our own Michael Bear. If you guys haven't had a chance, by the way, just wanted to throw it out there. Michael has an incredibly good psychology book that he wrote in the past year. It's been doing very, very well and has been received very well by the trading community. If you're looking to increase your psychological edge, make sure you get by and check that out from him. So he his last webinar, which should be posted to our webinar section in our education center, was talking about when to determine to move your stop to break even. Very, very helpful. Next week, yours truly, I'm going to be doing the final of the 3 tape reading lessons, and we're going to be talking about analyzing ladder structure. So we're going to be talking about getting a bias based upon the order book, where you're looking at orders, where you're expecting orders to go. This can help you find entries and profit locations. It can also give you very, very key insight as when the market that you're in is turning against you. So it's really important that way you're not giving up loss on a stock that you already know is losing. It'll help you figure that out ahead of time, and then we'll go from there and close it out real fun. All right, this week, Creda presented the Mental Edge series, how to identify negative thinking that causes losing trades. Super segment there. Anyone who hasn't checked it, make sure you come and hang it out. I mean, this is one of the big things as traders. Traders live and die by psychology. If you want to see the difference between a consistent trader and a non-consistent trader, it's rarely actually how they trade. It's how they manage themselves. That's why we spend so much time focusing on it here at BBT. To continue the focus, we have part 2 of probabilities coming from Mike, and it's going to be how to employ your trade book edge like a casino does, talking about turning yourself into the house and giving yourself the best advantage possible. It's going to be a great addition. Thursday, which was yesterday, we had a blast of a mentoring session. We have mentoring at 11 with Andrew, the very own. You've read the book. Now come get mentoring from the man yourself. You can come in, hang out for an hour, ask him any questions you want. Actually, he comes in at around 12 o'clock as well. We have Ed Martin in the room. So he's coming into the chat room a couple of times a week now, into the main BBT chat, not just the jungle where he's at over at Average Joe. So if you could come and check that out, it's an absolute blast. And his sessions, I've been logging in early just so that I can catch the tail end of his sessions. He always drops some knowledge that just blows your mind. And then Thursday night, we're going to be closing Thursday night session out there. Make sure you come by and check it out. And for in the room next Thursday, I'm going to try and run a little treat for you. I've been getting a lot of asks for talking about scalping, which I do not do. So I'm going to invite my buddy Chris McScalp to come hang out with me next Thursday so that you guys can talk more about scalping and get some scalping questions in there. So if you guys are looking for some fresh perspective on something new, our buddy Chris MC is going to be joining me next Thursday to hang out and go over that. So prepare that, put it on your schedule. It's going to be a little something different. Maybe a lot of something different. Free BBT replay, www.stocktradingsimulator.com. Come by and check it out. My bud Eamon here has been just crushing it with this module, putting so much time and effort into generating content for you guys, emails. You can sign up for it. You can get strategy, watch list ideas, homework ideas of how to improve yourself, how to improve patterns. And then you can go into Stock Trading Simulator and actually implement those, log them, tweet them, anything you could imagine, all with the support of the human cyborg himself, AI man. So make sure you come by and check that out. Really one of the coolest projects I've really seen coming to you for free, just to give you a little bit of an edge out there. All of the stuff I've talked about, if you're out there in YouTube land and you're like, man, I'm missing out, you're right. You got to be checking this stuff out. I want you to come in. I want you to check it out. I want you to join the BBT family. If you want to come check us out, I'll let you do it for super low. All right. Come in here and test drive BBT 1 week for 24, right? So for $24, discount code pre-market 24. You can see the 7-day trials 39. Right now it's 24. Don't tell Norm he's not back from vacation yet. Once he gets back, I'm sure it's all going to go away. He's not going to be happy about us keeping it this way for long. So also remember, we have a Valentine's sale also going on, 50% off the Elite Annual Membership, because we like love. Lovers 50 is the code. Make sure you get in there. Hey, if you're looking to trade as a tandem with your partner, maybe be a good opportunity to buy one, get one on the Elite Annual Membership. So come by and check that out. Come hang out with us. Give us a chance to impress you.
All right, thank you very much, Thor, for that. All right, guys, let's get to it. Our list pretty short this morning, which I kind of like. I think it's a fine-tuned, pretty nice here. We have JD here, which I'm gonna remove some levels and make some new ones. Again, traded very well the last couple of days, been doing real nice. Here, high of the pre-market, we're sitting at 54.73. So we're gonna put a level right on there towards the bottom. Highs and lows from the last two trading days are doing a good job. Previous day close on there as well. It's all good. 56.51 is the level here above the highs of the pre-market. And I think outside that, I think you're pretty much set when it comes to JD. Here is NVIDIA, which has been really nice. I'm going to have this one kind of representing the tech companies today, but obviously I'll keep in mind AMD and Apple as well. So NVIDIA here towards the bottom, highs and lows from the last two trading days. We do have 233.90 as the high of the pre-market at the moment. We have this great level right on here, guys. Look how clean that this level is. I know we're a little bit away from it. 243 maybe? Yeah, about 243.80. Might be 245, but right around that area, it's a great level of support and resistance. You got a lot going on there, especially in the last couple of days. We could just not get above that. The minute we did, we got slammed right back down the same day. So that's looking pretty good there. Towards the top above that, we got some other levels. Again, I don't think we're going to get this type of run on a Friday unless some crazy news comes out here. But you got a couple of levels that are very clear towards the top there. There is a level, I think, at 240 maybe, right over here, right below this one. You do have another one that has a lot of support, that more than anything. Not a lot of resistance, but a lot of support at 237.94. Might be 238. But yeah, track that one as well. That looks good, guys, on NVIDIA. It's got some good volume this morning and a cleaner pre-market activity, I think, for now, than Apple and NVIDIA. And then AMD. Here's Rivian, guys. They had, was it earnings, I believe? Rivian, let's just confirm here.
Yep.
Earnings, all right, thanks, man.
Yeah, Rivian had earnings, which I was going to ask you about if you could help me quantify the math here. So Rivian revenues missed at 54 million versus 60 million estimated, but they're saying they racked up a $4.7 billion loss. So how do you do revenue at 54 to 60 million with 4.7 billion loss? I've never understood how they do this book thing when it comes to these companies. Anyway, it doesn't look fantastic, at least at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, guys, levels towards the top, highs and lows of the last two trading days. We got some good volume on it. We got 1.9. We just need that volume to find a direction. Hopefully, we can, even if to the top here, to close this small gap that we have on the downside. That could create some opportunities. Slightly below that, we are looking to the left here. We're gonna go all the way down. Oh no. We are. Oh man, it's just this is so sad. This is your IPO price. We're hanging out here way down here at 30. This is your all-time low. Yeah, that's just sad. Sad face for that one there. But yeah, that's it at the moment for Rivian. You have no more levels after that. And then we have Oxy next. Oxy right here, guys. We are looking at a good one. This thing has been trading very nice. Not so great yesterday. The day before, incredible, right? And a few days before that as well. This morning,
Oxy today.
yeah, I like them too as well. This morning, they're looking pretty good. Got some good volume.
Daily.
Yeah, daily
We had
looks
those 3 days
insane.
yesterday. Remember we were
Yeah.
talking about just breaking through those 3 prior days, what would happen? It broke and stuffed and closed as an indecision candle. If we make a
Hmm.
new low, it's gonna be on. We're gonna have some fun with this thing.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Let's we're looking good here. That's my list for right now. That's gonna change. I'm gonna be paying attention to what the moderators throw out in just a second. We'll have that list for you. Someone was asking, where's Ed? Ed is in his chat room. Ed is in his chat room, hanging out, guys. I'll show you what that looks like. Right over here. This is Ed's chat room. He has his own chat room. So if you are a member of BBT, you get access to the main chat, which is where I stream in the pre-market prep, Norm, Thor covering, and Jared. Then you got Brian going live in the mornings, and Andrew. And then here's Ed's room. You click on that bad boy and you come right over here to Ed's room. And he's at Oracle. He is in Oracle long at 75.81. So he's already got some good pre-market action going for him. I think he's probably up like a dollar and change last time I checked this out. Yeah, so a dollar and change there. Looking good. His list this morning, Rivian, Oracle, obviously, he's in that one already. Docu, Facebook, AMD, NVIDIA, SQ, and PayPal. Guys, if you haven't checked out his trading style, it's just unbelievable. Definitely check him out. And
Ed's
then
the man.
here's
I love Ed.
Oh, he's incredible. And then here is our room, which you're probably gonna get a mirror effect on our end. And this is where we do our live trading. You won't get that mirror effect if I wasn't sharing it. But I'm gonna bring this over and see what our moderators are looking at. I'm gonna stop the video so we don't get the mirror effect. As I'm doing this, guys, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube. You'd be surprised how much those 2 seconds help us out here a ton. So we appreciate that very much as we put this list together for you guys for your viewing pleasure. Bring it right over here. We're sitting at 215 likes. You know how we feel about that 250. That gets us very excited to end the week. So thank you for that. And if you're new, consider subscribing. We'll be here again on Monday at 8 a.m. starting with Jared engineering the markets. All right, let's take a look at this list here. Make sure I don't miss anyone. We start with Eamon potential longs, J&J potential shorts, Zoom. Dima is looking at Rivian, JD, Oxy, and Apple. I got a very similar list. I think I got her exact same list except NVIDIA instead of Apple. So yeah, that's a good list there. Jared looking at Rivian, Neo, and NVIDIA. Secondary list, Tesla, CLOV, and some ETFs on there as well. Tiffany, Rivian, Docu, and NVIDIA this morning. Susan has NVIDIA, Rivian, secondary list, Facebook, and Oxy. Heading down, once back for today, no IPOs. Peter's watch list, AMD, Oxy, Rivian, QCOM, Oracle, and Apple this morning. And Thor, you're looking at Apple, Oxy, Rivian, Neo, JD, and Spice, you kind of mentioned earlier as well. And Jared wants to short energy stocks today. So he's looking at a couple of days he wants to short. Megan looking at PayPal, NVIDIA, and BLTR. And Brian here, he's looking at AMD, Docu, Oracle, Rivian, and JD. So guys, pretty interesting Friday right now. I think we got some really good ones. 9:17. We are out of time, but thank you so much over on YouTube, guys, for joining us this morning and every day this week. We appreciate it very much. We will see you guys again on Monday. Have an amazing weekend. And remember, today is not the day to be a hero. Please be disciplined. Again, I can't tell you enough. You want to be Saturday morning hanging out, having your breakfast, family, friends, or whatever you're into. Peace of mind knowing that you follow your discipline, red or green, doesn't matter. Be disciplined today. Be patient with the process. We're here for the long term. This is not well, I can't say that, but this is not this is not that. You know what I'm talking about. This is long term. This is marriage. This is for the long haul. So do the right thing and be disciplined. All right, guys, take care. Hit that thumbs up, and we will see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. And Thor, thank you for covering the last couple of days.
Hey, my pleasure. It's always fun to be here and hang out with everybody. I'll see everybody on around next week. You'll have the Norm with hair back next week, so it'll be awesome. You'll get 250 much easier.
We're at 273. We're doing pretty all right, but yes, he's the man.